There's been shocking news that the Chinese government is trying to rewrite the Quran.
Chinese government, they want to rewrite the Quran in
Xi Jinping. He now wants to rewrite the Bible and the Quran.
News of a mysterious lung disease in Wuhan had been around for weeks. Nevertheless, at the end of January, the words of senior pulmonologist Zhong Nanshan hit like a bombshell.
Now we can say with certainty that the virus spreads from human to human.
Until then, authorities had downplayed the risk of infection. Now the government scrambled to control the crisis. Wuhan, a metropolis of 11 million, was locked down. People rushed to the hospitals, causing a near breakdown of the healthcare system.
لا مبدل لكلماته ولن تجد من دونه ملتحدا.
Had this Quran descended upon a mountain, you would have seen this mountain crumbling, falling apart from the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. This is a book which we have revealed to you, O Muhammad, in order that you might lead mankind out of the darkness of disbelief and polytheism, and into the light of belief in the oneness of Allah by their Lord's leave, to the path of the Almighty, the owner of all praise.
The Quran is one of the most unique and remarkable books mankind has ever known. The whole Islamic religion is based upon this one book. The Quran is considered as the direct speech of God, which was later recorded in written format. It is the last and final message God has sent for the whole of mankind. So in order to live up to this unique status, it must contain some exceptional information. What does the Quran make so unique? And how do we know it's from God? One of the greatest mysteries of modern science in general, and evolutionary biology in particular, is regarding the origins of human language.
Language is probably the hardest problem in science. Nobody really knows how it works, and nobody really knows where it came from. And yet we can all do it. I think it's a bit like driving a car. We can drive a car, but we don't really know how the machine works.
Noam Chomsky, one of the greatest political commentators alive, but whose actual expertise is linguistics, claims that the only way to explain language is not via the typical means of evolutionary biology, where incremental mutations occur and a trait gradually evolves.
Mutation happened in one individual. From there, it spread to all other people and eventually created all the languages of the world.
Since there are no other species of animals that even come close to our ability to speak, it is clear that humans are atypical in this gift. And something must have happened in us that didn't happen in any other animal.
One of the things that makes language unique, I think, is that we can generate new sentences all the time. There's an infinite capacity to say something different. Animal language, or animal communication, on the other hand, is mostly repetitive, automatic, and emotional, and doesn't create new meanings.
Another world-famous psychologist Steven Pinker has done groundbreaking research in children's acquisition of languages and argues that languages are innate in humans, without really explaining how this innateness came about.
How can there be so many languages, each of them impenetrable to all of the others? Any child, though, can learn any one of those languages, provided they start early enough. So that's a paradox. Any kid can learn any one of them, yet most of us only learn one or two of them.
What is truly fascinating in all of this is that the one gift that the Quran explicitly mentions as having been divinely bestowed on Adam is that of language. And the Quran says,
وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ خَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَاخْتِلَافُ أَلْسِنَتِكُمْ وَأَلْوَانِكُمْ إِنَّ فِي ذَلِكَ لَآيَاتٍ لِلْعَالِمِينَ.
Allah mentions the blessings He has given to mankind.
الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان.
Language cannot be explained by modern science because it was a divine gift bestowed on us, and only us, from between all of the creation.
How are we to solve that problem? The common solution is that language is a miracle, a miraculous thing that happened all at once.
فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان كل من عليها فان ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان.
Let me know if that's at all uncomfortable.
Scientists have been successful in finding out what part of our brain we use when we lie and deceive. This was only possible with the help of modern technology and equipment.
So one of the main candidates is right about here, right above your forehead. It's called the cingulate gyrus, involved in a lot of different functions. But what we find is that when we knock this area out or we remove this area, people no longer deceive, and they don't deceive very well.
Now let us go back 1400 years to a place in the middle of nowhere called Arabia. Allah revealed the following verses of chapter 96 to His Prophet, where He describes a disbeliever who denies the signs of his Lord.
كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية ناصية كاذبة خاطئة.
The definition of forelock is a lock of hair growing just above the forehead. The Quran described this part of our head as sinning and lying.
So one of the main candidates is right about here, right above your forehead. It's called the cingulate gyrus, involved in a lot of different functions. But what we find is that when we knock this area out or we remove this area, people no longer deceive, and they don't deceive very well.
تلك آيات الله نتلوها عليك بالحق فبأي حديث بعد الله وآياته يؤمنون.
Now, before all the Christians start commenting on this video, saying Jesus Christ is Lord and Savior, we want to say that we care for you. We see a lot of our Christian brothers and sisters commenting on Islamic videos. So we want to take this opportunity to invite you to the true religion. The religion of Abraham and the religion of Jesus. Islam and Christianity have a lot of similarities. But we as Muslims can never accept that 1 + 1 + 1 can equal to 1. Just like we both can't accept the atheistic claim that 0 + 0 can possibly ever give you 1.
يا أهل الكتاب لا تغلوا في دينكم ولا تقولوا على الله إلا الحق إنما المسيح عيسى ابن مريم رسول الله وكلمته ألقاها إلى مريم وروح منه فآمنوا بالله ورسله ولا تقولوا ثلاثة انتهوا خيرا لكم إنما الله إله واحد سبحانه أن يكون له ولد له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وكفى بالله وكيلا
قل هو الله أحد قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
A lot of the doubters claim that Muslims misinterpret these verses to fit science. First of all, we would like to invite you all to study the word of Allah with an open mind. And secondly, the Quran does not contain any science. The Quran only contains signs. You could say this one sign was just a mere coincidence, a lucky guess. But the following signs which we are going to show you can't be other than from God only.
For nearly a century, fingerprints have been the gold standard of forensic science. And for good reason. Fingerprints are one of the earliest features to develop inside the womb. The pressure of amniotic fluid across the surface of the hands and the growth rate of the fingers influences the formation of patterns on the fingertips. And with so many factors in play, everyone's prints are unique.
أيحسب الإنسان أن لن نجمع عظامه بلى قادرين على أن نسوي بنانه.
Unbelievers doubt the resurrection will ever take place and argue that when our bones have been disintegrated in the earth, there's no way we could be reassembled as we were before our death. But in this verse, Allah answers that He can not only assemble our bones, but can also reconstruct perfectly our very fingertips. This makes it a great challenge when you know that every single human being has a unique fingerprint.
بل يريد الإنسان ليفجر أمامه يسأل أيان يوم القيامة فإذا برق البصر وخسف القمر وجمع الشمس والقمر يقول الإنسان يومئذ أين المفر كلا لا وزر